person that is left, the most chiseled player on their team would have to be Zest, in my opinion.
That special someone just for you, Moonglade.
Just for me, just for everyone, I think.
I want Moonglade to be on the couple board that we have here.
I would choose Zest, man, every time.
Oh, I would too as well.
Yeah.
Definitely, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Flash is pretty up there, you know, he's got, you know, he's got a lot of fans.
I would choose Young Shik, guys.
Wow.
All right, let's see.
Oh, man, he's not even on the board.
Wow, everybody just went horizontal on KT.
It's so funny. They're all like wearing like makeup.
Stats chose Maru. It could be a sign. It could be foreshadowing.
So the only actual match we had there was Flash and SOS.
By the way, does anyone else think Zest in this picture looks like Mr. Che?
Yeah.
Did anyone else see the resemblance to Mr. Che in that? I'm pretty sure he looks like just like Mr. Che there.
SOS is like,
like, why are you guys looking at me?
Flash is like so pissed from his loss. He's like,
Flash
don't
is
put
like
that
actually
camera on me.
calculating. He's like, how many shots does it take from SCV fusion cutters to kill a Marauder? He's like, what did I miscalculate? He's like, should I have stutter stepped a little bit more or a little bit less?
There was not even a hint of a smile on his face there. He was so angry.
All right, the reveal. Who is it? I'm leaning towards Stats, but I think Zest would be a good choice as well. And Zest.
There we go. There we go.
Chiseled man himself.
The Chisel Tuss is back.
I like it.
I like it.
He's got to win today, though. He's got to clear 3 people. It's going to have to be Maru, SOS, and someone else of JINAIR's choosing, I think.
Yes.
Quite a fight ahead of him. But it's all going to start with Maru on, I believe, King Sejong.
Yes, King Sejong will be the starting map. And Zest is all out of water, man. Now he's got to just drink in the Maru, man. Wants to defeat him, man. Wants to consume him.
I guess so.
Wants to consume
If you say so,
him.
Wolf.
All right, Maru. 3 kills here. Sick record in Pro League. Very, very solid Terran. Having a much better run today than I predicted. I actually was saying earlier, I thought he might be the player they don't use today. Yeah. Boy, have I been wrong today, man. I also thought they would maybe use Stats instead. I've been just wrong about everything.
Yeah.
But it's made for a very exciting series.
For sure, for sure. It's been very, very exciting. And yeah, I'm not surprised at all we have Zest out now. He has to do it, and he is the one to do it.
That he is. All right, guys, let's go into what could be our last map of the night to force that 3rd day tomorrow. It's time for Maru versus Zest on King Sejong Station.
Up here in the top left in the green for the JINAIR Green Wings, it's Maru.
Taking a deep breath. Over the bottom right in red. Create 2 roster. It's Zest.
Now, I was actually going to save you, Wolf, when you said you were going to, he has to drink Maru.
Yeah,
I was actually going to say that saying, you know, it's time to drink, kick ass and drink water, but I'm all out of water.
I thought that was bubblegum.
It is, but he's drinking water.
Yeah, no,
See what I mean?
That's where I was trying to go with that, but I
Get
couldn't find the link, so I was like, That's like what that was actually the noise that was going through my mind, like at that moment. You know, when you like, if you ever hear like a voice in your head, like the voice in my head does,
yeah,
that was what was going
and then
on.
just whatever you're thinking just comes out. No, it was fine.
So let's see, man. Maru's chosen this time to not proxy. First of all, to note.
Yeah, I mean, you can proxy on this map for sure. You can do a proxy Reaper, which will do a lot of damage to a Protoss if he goes for a greedy opening, I guess. But going for the safe opening here, ramp barracks, probe, early scout.
Yeah, early scout. I mean, I don't blame him. Maru's in proxying.
Yeah, you
want to find out what's going on.
You got to be on top of that for sure. At the same time, it could very well be a proxy probe. You know, we could see something happening, but I'm sure he's going to go for a scout at first, at least.
Yeah. So, William, what do you guys think Maru's going to do here? It looks like he's going to go ahead and do a gasless expand, actually.
Yeah, looks like it's going to be 1 Rax expand here. Probe's going to see everything, though.
And oftentimes when you do this build, like, you kind of lead yourself into a drop play. You just get your CC up a little bit faster, build some Marines, and then go for a drop with your tech that you had after the probe's gone. So,
very, very slow start.
Yeah, I mean, he's just lurking around up here.
We're going to have to wait and see if there's going to be an engineering bay at the natural of the Protoss. We do see that Zealot being made already. Usually it's cancelled if there is no eBay, but there is going to be an eBay.
Yeah, he needs to see that, actually, that there's a eBay there. And
he's already got that probe on the way. He's going to scout it. Going to get on harassing that SCV.
Misclick there, but does re-rally it.
Yeah, he's going to try and shut it down as quickly as possible. I mean, only half done, so very good probe scout. Zealot on the way, so it won't be too delayed.
Yeah, that eBay is like, I don't know, it's about 50%.
We saw yesterday, I believe it was, what, Terminator on this map?
Yeah.
It was like a 99% eBay.
Yeah, it was like all the way.
All the way down. Yeah, you never want to see that.
You never want to go full eBay, ever.
No, you don't.
You actually really don't want to go full eBay. You want to go like almost full eBay, but like never go full eBay.
So we got double racks follow up here after the CC goes down. We see a lot of those bio units very, very quickly here. The Maru.
Absolutely. Getting those Marines out, kind of being prepared to deal with any sort of harassment. Obviously want a decent Marine count in case there's going to be Oracle on the map or anything like that. Without it, you will simply lose the game.
True. So, going to come over here and poke a little bit. These Marines are totally ready. We'll laugh at the Mothership Core.
Ooh. Laugh with their guns. Shoot down that Mothership Core.
That's essentially what happened.
Yeah, and we see a Robo. So, okay, we're going to see a bit more of a defensive style from Zest. He's going to go for that. Probably most likely going to be a lot of observers early on to spot any sort of drops, which is a great idea considering it is Maru. Maru loves to be hyper-aggressive, especially against Protoss with drops, with a lot of bio. So we've seen this style happen a lot, especially from Hero. He's used it time and time again very effectively, even on this map.
Yeah.
And I mean, this map is great for getting to 3 base. So if you can get to 3 base with good observer coverage, playing defensively, and then go into like the mid to late game with this economy intact, like Protoss is looking very, very strong in this map.
I want to point out that Maru is doing something really unusual. He's actually gone 3 barracks and he's rushed concussive shells. So his first Marauder, if he decides to move across the map, could catch any unit, of course, and slow them and then kill them, chaining those slows together.
Yeah.
And he's actually going to move out right away.
He used those Marauders last game, and he's like, whoa, these are pretty good units. I should use these more often.
He scouts also that it's a fast robo off of 1 gate, so there's going to be a lack of gateway units, so he's easily going to be able to force the Nexus cannon to go down.
Yep. I mean, yeah, definitely trigger the photon overcharge. It's kind of like the standard sort of opening we see from Terrans on just about every map. He's going to, force that Mothership Core to waste a lot of energy, kind of make sure it doesn't go to full, keep it down so when the harassment with Medivacs finally starts, he doesn't have like 2 photon overcharges ready. And we see a very fast Robotics Bay.
Yeah, he's playing that Colossus style. All right, where's the cannon? There it is. He's actually going to, with this many units, he's going to try to kill some probes here. With the concussive shell, he can lock some of these down as well. I feel like the cannon should target the Marauder, actually. Oh, he does. Nicely done. And
Marines just focusing down those probes.
7 kills.
7 kills, that's a lot, but he did lose that entire army.
He did lose the army, but 7 kills is pretty good. Like, he forced every single probe off the mineral line for a very long time. He got 7 kills, plus photon overcharge for what, maybe 7 Marines and a Marauder?
Yeah, I actually think it was pretty good for him. Like, I mean, your point still stands, Brennan. He did lose his army, and that's gonna cause some other problems for him potentially down the road. But with a bunker up, a turret up, and his starport coming along, plus stim and the +1 that's coming out, I feel like it's not going to cause any immediate issues right now. But yeah, it's a trade-off there. One that I think Maru is going to be much happier with than Zest will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be great follow-up for Maru there.
I wonder if this will trigger Zest to be a little bit more aggressive with his Colossus, maybe do some poking. He rushes Blink out here. And that's going to shut down any further drops, because when your opponent's, or your worker, or rather his army count is diminished like that, we're doing an attack like this, his drop play is kind of flimsy. So if you have Blink, then that can really hardcore shut it down.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very important at this stage of the game. When it gets to the mid-game, you really have to have Blink online. Otherwise, yeah, you can take a lot of damage that you don't want to take. that you can't really avoid. And we see one Colossus out, but you know, there's not many gateway units to buffer him, so he doesn't want to get caught out, and that's one thing Maru always looks for. If there's any sort of weakness with Colossi, if they're out of position at all, he can focus them down so quickly.
Even if they are in position, there was a game on Outboxer actually where a Protoss tried to take a pretty quick third base, and Maru was just able to micro his Marauders to take down the Colossi really easily, and he's pretty famous for that. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the one that makes it work more than anyone else. He's so good with his micro and so good with his focusing and splitting, and you know, just pretty much taking shots at Colossi more than anything else.
Well, let's be honest, Maru's just really, 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 really.
He's just insane.
He's just really, 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 really.
Yeah. It's so true.
Yeah.
It's actually true. And we see a lot of gateways go down, and no attempt at a third base at all at this point. Kind of makes me wonder if we're going to see some aggression from Zest at all, or is he going to continue to play defensive just with a big gateway count?
I actually think he might be doing some poking coming up here. That little poking we've seen Parting do, but this actually has a lot of Colossi with range. Like,
right.
It's so much power that he has here.
Yeah.
And if he can shut down these medevac drops, then he's going to know his opponent's going to be this awkward place where he needs to make Vikings, but he might want to replace his medevacs. Ooh, that's a really tough spot there. Like, some people might consider like taking that engagement straight up as the Protoss, but I think against Maru you just do not. Going to snipe an assimilator. That's actually a lot of gas mining lost. It's actually pretty huge.
It's going to be really annoying for Zest. Maybe see an influx of Zealots come into this army. He just got Blink. He's not going to really want that.
We see the third cleared again for Zest, so maybe he is looking to take it finally, just really bolstering his army up before he tries to make that move. I mean, Maru at the same time has stayed on 2 base for so long, only now putting down his third CC.
Yeah, Maru's the type of player you do not want to take a risky third against. Let's also note that Maru is at 1-1 right now, whereas the +1 attack to join the +1 armor for Zest is only halfway done. His charge isn't done yet either. He's really going to have to rely on these Colossi. He's leaving them out in the open against Maru, man. That is so terrifying.
That is terrifying. And they will go down. I mean, I think there's a couple of sentries there as well, but he could lose this third.
He's actually going to take the fight here. Dodges those Colossi shots. Another drop in the main base here gets shut down pretty hardcore as well. But let's see, man. He's got Marauders like underneath the Colossi. This is again, I mean...
This is Maru. He's going to lose all of his Colossi here. I spoke too soon. Two of them, and his third one gets really low.
Even losing 2 like that, I mean, this is exactly what we were talking about. This is exactly what we're going on about so much. Maru will look for those picks on the Colossi if they are out of position, if they're not, they don't have the right sort of buffer.
Yeah.
And Zest, like, essentially just gave them to Maru. He was like, I'm pretty confident to hold this with just 3 Colossi, like 1 Zealot and 1 Sentry. And Maru said no.
He did lose a drop in the main that didn't do anything. That Widowmine drop with some Marines. And the transition to Templar Archives is on, as well as the Charge Zealot upgrade is done. So he could take a little bit more of a straight-up engagement here with his Zealot legs when he gets another warping of Zealots. He also did keep the Nexus alive. So losing those Colossi really hurts. But it's not like Maru has such an advantage that Zest can't recover here. Yeah,
it was almost an even trade, like losing those 2 medivacs full of bio. I mean, it helps a lot to kind of soften the blow of losing 2 Colossi like that. But yeah, I think it will definitely slow down Zest sort of any attempt to move on, maybe pressure at all. You see him moving out now.
Oh, this is actually pretty insane because he doesn't have a lot of units at home, and this is a ton of bio over here. He's got Widowmine support as well, and he's simming up. There's a Nexus Cannon, but are there enough Zealots here? There's only 2. A third one does join in here. Good Blink micro. And that Nexus Cannon is so important. And that Time Warp!
Time Warp cuts everything. And with Blink Stalkers and Charged Zealots, Widowmine shots are good, but still, bio does get cleaned up.
He almost was able to actually bait those shots into the Marauders, but he couldn't quite drag them in there. Storm is almost done. This third base is saturated. That was an almost terrible situation for Zest that was turned around quite nicely. He also caught some units in the middle of the map while he was out of position. This is actually pretty tense. Maru has a big lead in army supply, but the tech is starting to look better and better by the second here for Zest.
And we're finally seeing a transition into Vikings. Finally. And it's a good timing too. I mean, 3 Colossi on the map now. He really has to start getting them up before Zest makes any sort of move onto the map. Once he has Storm, he can definitely apply more pressure and take some really good fights.
Scan here on that Observer. Barely escapes, actually. He's going to scan twice. Ouch. But
big drop here is actually going to be spotted.
Yeah. This is a really good hold here by Zest. He's just got both ramps controlled so well.
Storm is done. Drops the 2 storms. He holds off this attack as well.
I have no problem holding that attack. He's making extra cannons. Zealots get their next charge, and he wants to back up a little bit. Vikings are also going to join the fray here, and he'd love to have a big warp into Stalkers to help out with that. He's going to add some cannons. There's that Stalker warp in. All right, triple drop here in the main. There's no answer for this. He needs to bring his Stalkers and his Colossus up right now.
Oh, this Colossus can get sniped.
He needs to pull it back, and he does not.
Wow, just straight up, and he's going to lose this fight too. I mean, the Archon's gone. There is Marauders with medibacks against Blink Stalkers. This is not going to work.
He was so busy focusing on his micro at his third base, which is not working. It's not working out too well. He actually gets a worse trade there. I can tell by looking at the mini-map. Maru gets a nice trade there, escapes almost every unit. Does lose a chunk there at the end, but this base over here, Maru got some sick trades. And I mean, just the army supply, keep an eye on that, guys. If you're ever wondering how a battle is going on the other side of the map that's not being shown, just look at that number. It'll give you a pretty good indicator. You can also see the dots disappear, but if you're a really technical guy or girl.
Need good resolution for that one, though.
Yeah.
You definitely want to have a full screen for that.
Yeah, you better have this full screen. Who reads Twitch chat anyways, Kappa? So, 2 cannons get sniped, and he does bait the overcharge again, but, oh, can he get that mothership core? Needs a storm, needs storms. Where are they?
The Nexus.
They're decent. Nice feedback goes on 1 medevac as well.
Great storms on those Vikings, and he catches these, and Zest starting to make some headway in this defense. A massive warp into 10 Zealots here. He's got a huge bank. He needs to be using his Chrono Energy perhaps a little bit more on those gates. He just finished a ton of warp gates. He actually is making double Colossi right now off of 2 Robos as well.
Well, he can certainly afford it.
Maru has the better upgrades, and he has for a while now. I just want to mention this because that's causing some problems in these fights as well.
Oh, huge drop to the main. If he gets the Robo or the Nexus or the Cyber Core, so good. Gets 1 Robo. There's still 1 remaining though.
Nice snipe there.
He could even get the Nexus at this point.
Attacking the third base, and he has a whole extra group of units ready to attack the natural. This is deterred by a storm. The third group of units still not attacking the natural yet. This is pushed back.
Maru's multitasking, man. He is all over this map right now. Zest is struggling to defend once again.
Yeah, and while this is happening, I mean, he's rallied just above to the natural as well. He scans the natural. He might try again, but Zest on top of that one at the very least.
I'm actually having the pleasure of watching Maru's first-person view during this as well. It's so close by to where I'm sitting, and it's just out of control how fast he is. He's constantly scanning, jumping around the map. Worker count is actually even here now at 66 to 63. I say even until 2 more probes die. And Maru actually takes a Harvester lead. Plus, he's got a 4th base and all the mules he can drop. This is starting to look pretty rough for Zest. But he is Protoss. And we all know Protoss late game is where Protoss shines in this matchup. Storms, Colossi, all that AoE damage. The Ghost Academy is just now being added, and Storms don't care about upgrades. So, you know, if he can secure this 4th base, maybe he can kind of get his way back into this game.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at the supply. They're even in supply after all this damage. So much back and forth, but this could be the fight that changes everything.
Great Storm there. Eats a lot of Zealot damage, but he eliminates those Vikings, which means there's 1 Colossus that's left. Can do a lot for him here. And he is going to try to chew through this. A few Archons up at the front tanking as well. Stalkers on the hunt. And he's actually taking a pretty good fight here. Good kiting by Maru.
Yeah, very, very even fight. A big blink forward here. But it will push Maru back. He's not confident to fight that one just yet.
Oh, the Forge! Okay. I don't think he wants to take this engagement at the Planetary. Does he?
I don't think so either. That's such a big Bioforce. And we have Vikings still. I mean, there's only 1 Colossi there, so, you know, a small amount of Vikings can deal with it for sure. But it looks like he wants to go for it. He does have an Immortal to help out with the Planetary.
I don't know. It's going to all come down to the Storms here. Oh, that Storm is so good. The second one is great as well. Maru doesn't even split against them. The other Storm goes down. It's not as good as the other ones. The Planetary does fall. And this is a great engagement here from Zest. The other Storm goes down again, and he's got a few more Zealots coming back. That Colossus will fall here, but not before doing a lot of damage. That Immortal helping out so much against this almost pure Marauder army.
Doing so much worse. Those Colossi just surviving for so long. The Ghosts are late. GG!
Wow.
What a great game.
What a great hold. This is exactly what Zest needed to do. He knew he just had to weather the storm, get to late game, get to max, take that forward, and pressure And, you know, Maru tried his best. He tried to pick everywhere. He even took out the main Nexus, but it was just too little too late. Not enough damage done, and Zest was in control.
Fist pumping it. Man, oh man, guys, this has actually been such a great game. Now, is the next player SOS or is it SOS?
It's going to have to be SOS, I think.
Okay.
I think it has to be. I mean, this map, for us, we did see it yesterday. Same, very same matchup. Zest versus SOS. And, I mean, SOS showed how experienced he is in the matchup, and he got ahead in the mid to late game, and I think it can happen again.
Certainly could. Let's talk about the alternatives to SOS here.
True.
True and Rogue, I really feel, are the two. I don't think we're going to see Terminator.
No, I don't think so. I hope not.
I hope not too. I mean, yeah, he just hasn't been performing in these matches at this crucial time. I think, yeah, it's definitely gonna have to be someone else.
This looks so funny to me, by the way.
All the
KT
eyes
passion.
like popping above.
That KT passion, man. So,
well, do you put out SOS here? You know, it's good for the map. You took it yesterday on the same map against Zest, or do you save him for that last map? Because putting him out here, if you see like your best player go down, that last guy is not going to have the same amount of confidence.
I do not want to see a Zerg versus Zest ever on Frost if I am a coach of one of these teams.
Yeah,
never, ever, ever.
I agree. I think it's going to have to be SOS at this point. They really got to get it done. And
I mean, I understand the idea of saving him for Outboxer, but
it's... Yeah.
And if you put a Zerg player out against Zest on Frost, I mean, yeah, True beat him before, actually, in the GSL, but...
I'd actually